youth. If y'all have children who want to have DNOW for the kids, y'all make sure y'all see Chris and Corey. It's really a great thing for them to do for a whole weekend. We had 17 is what we started out with for DNOW for between kids and me and Hannah. I just want to thank the church for one, for supporting us, letting us go. Thank Hannah for coming and being one of our other leaders. Anybody who cooked, helped, brought food, we thank y'all from the bottom of our heart. We couldn't ask for a better church to support us and do that for us. So this weekend we had 33 services. Everybody knows kind of how DNOW goes. My favorite service was probably yesterday morning. They talked about worrying, and this is where I'm going to go at with this. Is the children now deal with so many more struggles than even me 12 years ago when I was in their shoes. The preacher showed a statistic about some of the mental struggles that have escalated from 2010 until now, which is about 150% increase compared to just 16 years ago. And it made it put in perspective of what kids now deal with compared to what we dealt with just a few years ago, and how much support they need. So y'all see youth around, give them support, love on them. You don't know what's going on. They deal with so much more than what we had to back then with social media, cell phones. We don't know what they have going on in their life. So I just ask y'all to continue to support them, continue to love on them. This weekend, the whole purpose was totally surrendered. So I love to talk and not actually preach, but can somebody tell me what totally surrendering to God is? If not, I like what we live all right. So totally surrendering to God is giving it all. Not 50%, not just a little bit. It's 100% giving God your all. You start by giving God your all by accepting Him, following Him, having a real relationship with Him. But it doesn't stop there. So many times as Christians we accept God, we follow God, we grow in our relationship with God, but that's all we do. We come to church, and that's where it stops. But totally surrendering to God goes way further than that. Because once we totally surrender our life to God, we're supposed to go out and do. The preacher talked about how Christianity came to America. How it came from all the way from Jerusalem all the way to America. It wasn't by people accepting God and not doing anything. It's our job at this point to spread God's word. We're the boots. We got to put the boots on the ground at this point, And whatever it is that we're called to do, we may not like it. It may not be what we think we should be doing, but God's going to lead you. God's going to direct you. And as long as we totally surrender our life, God's going to have you back on it.
Good morning, y'all. I'm not going to say too much. I just wanted to say thank everybody so much for everything that they've done, because I know people had to take off work and all the people and I just wanted to thank y'all and tell y'all it means a lot to us. We learned a lot of very valuable things about God, and we had a very, very, very good preacher, and just the